It's that time again to get the latest going on with XRP and what is going to happen to the price. Don't forget, Fed rate cuts coming later today. But what does it mean for XRP and how are BRICS going to be changing the game when it comes to XRP? All of that in this video. If that's something you like the sound of, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button to stay up to date with all the latest and greatest in cryptocurrency. With that being said, let's get into this video. So if you've been kind of looking at XRP for a while, you know there's a real big shift in momentum around BRICS and how it's going to adopt a new payment system. In fact, a global payment system. And there's been lots of rumors, lots of discussions that XRPL and Ripple could be a key fundamental part as to how that builds out. Now, for many people that are super bullish on XRP, a lot of them believe that it could compete, if not replace, the SWIFT payment system. Well, actually, BRICS here advancing efforts to create blockchain-based international payment systems and aims to de-dollarize, focusing on non-dollar currencies like the Russian ruble and the Chinese yuan. Obviously, this is all about trying to move away from kind of Western investment and Western funding, but this is very interesting. Speculation suggests that cryptocurrency could play a role with the Russian legalizing crypto mining and India developing a regulatory framework for digital assets. Again, BRICS playing a very interesting part and how this ultimately comes back. Now, lots of people believe that BRICS could be adopting Ripple, adopting the XRPL. We're yet to get full confirmation that that is actually a thing, but there is definitely a question as to how that could come out. And this obviously would be massive. And everything that Ripple and XRP is doing right now is all about global payments, whether that's liquidity, whether that's banking systems, whether that's a trust with Grayscale, whatever it is all aligned to the future and further, therefore, adoption of a global payment system aligned to the XRPL. And some might say, Tuba, you've been talking about XRP forever and XRPL, and you would be right. That's absolutely what we've been talking about and why I believe it's so important and ultimately how it can play a big part. You only have to take a look at what's going on with many other parts of XRP and understand the narrative that shifts behind it. Now, we know that John Deaton is obviously going for a member of the Senate. In fact, Republican Senate candidate is all set out to beat Elizabeth Warren. And actually, I think the fact that we've seen Elizabeth Warren come out and try and talk about interest rates and Fed rates and all of this is to try and build some credibility, as she pretty much knows what's happening. Now, what's interesting with this is not only is Deaton pro-crypto and ultimately probably a better fit for the modern day economy and digital assets, he actually has the XRP investors at hand. In fact, you can really understand how big this is and how important the conclusion to the XRP SEC narrative was, as well. John Deaton is going after the SEC. Very interesting. It says in a September 16th interview in Good Morning Crypto Show, the lawyer made it clear he is ready to continue his battle with the SEC until retail investors receive the compensation they deserve. This is in contrast to the Securities and Exchange Commission ultimately holding them accountable for a $15 billion loss for XRP. And that was ultimately when they decided to sue them. Bearing in mind, and this is where this gets very interesting, the SEC has come out and said, yeah, we kind of got it wrong. It's not actually the tokens, it's the sales and the company that sits behind it. Okay, well, $15 billion needs accounting for, or your actions do. So this is very interesting. And don't forget, leveraged against potentially a global adoption of XRPL is very, very good news. What's even more interesting as well, and you understand now where Ripple truly is going, is Chris Larsen here being part of a $10 million fund or a VC fund for a new decentralized clearing network. Have you heard that statement before? Around which he has been a key part in driving it. So for anyone who doesn't understand clearing networks, well, they're pretty much about moving large amounts of money around in a decentralized manner or fragmented liquidity. Very interesting, allowing scalability and much, much more. The fact that he is involved in that, personally involved in that, is actually another big deal for XRP. So he's starting to really put the pieces of the puzzle together. And ultimately, we're coming to all four corners, and eventually this is going to come together to create what I think will be a new adoption of cryptocurrency globally, whether that's through BRICS or a Western world. I think it's going to be pretty wild, which is why a lot of people predict that XRP could even surge to $1.26 in weeks as we start to see a breakout aligned to those Fed rate cuts and aligned to a potential big move. Cryptocurrency analysis here giving a view that it could literally happen in the next coming weeks, which would be fantastic for everyone holding XRP and probably would put a lot of people, well, back in their boxes. And I think a lot of XRP holders for years have waited for that moment. So if we take a look at the price action right now, sitting with XRP, looking pretty solid. Again, a nice uptrend coming, still within this trading pattern that we have, but you can see the dotted line, Fed rate later today, Bitcoin holding at 60,300, back above that key level. What do we get? My view, and I talked about this in my previous video if you haven't seen it, expect volatility, but longer term expect a strong uptrend, and I think we're going to get that over the course of the next 24 hours, and I think Ripple will move with it. As more and more information gets put out about Ripple, more people understand what it's building, I think the price is only going to go one way. But that's where you can help, by simply sharing this video, hitting that like and subscribe button, and ultimately letting people know what's going on with XRP. So as ever, I'm going to leave you with thank you very much for tuning in. Don't forget to share this, and we'll see you very soon. Take care.